Hey, 8th graders, it is week 7 of online learning together. I hope that you enjoyed your tulip time this past weekend, or I should say your social distancing tulip time. It was really fun to see different students participate in our tulip time bingo challenge. The videos and the pictures that you submitted were really fun, and it was thrilling as a teacher to see your engagement and your excitement. So, way to go. That was a lot of fun. This week, we have some great things in store, so let's jump over to our lesson plans for this week, and I'll walk you through. Okay, week 7 here, online learning opportunities. This week we'll be focused on The Outsiders, chapters 7 through 9, and we're also going to do a self-reflection on your autobiographies. If you need some words of encouragement this week, take a look at these quotes here, and maybe it will be that motivation or that boost of energy that you need to keep going throughout the week. Our learning targets, we'll start off with our literature learning. In Google Classroom, you'll find all the materials that you need for our novel study. That includes the study guide. We will have a poem analysis, a conflict activity, and then if you would like to join our ELA Google Hangout from 10:45 to 11:45, we are going to read the text together as well as answer the questions. On Tuesday, we will be working on chapter 7, Wednesday will be chapter 8, and Thursday will be chapter 9. So I'm going to walk you through our Google Classroom post here. You'll notice it looks something like this. We have the study guide, then we have the conflict activity, we have the PDF document where you can read the text, and then we have chapter videos where you can listen to different teachers read the story to you. So I'll take the look at the study guide here first. The study guide looks like this. At the top will be your poem analysis. The poem is Nothing Gold Can Stay, written by Robert Frost. Now, you first heard this poem in chapter 5 of The Outsiders when Ponyboy and Johnny were at the church. And we're going to dig deeper into this poem. So go ahead and read it. If you'd like to watch and hear Ponyboy recite the poem, you can click on this link here at the top. And if you would like to learn more about Robert Frost, the author, you can click on his name here at the bottom of the poem to learn more about him. And there are 4 questions I would like you to answer that help you get to know the poem a little bit more, and you also can consider your own personal gold. And I'm going to leave that right there for you to digest and take a look at as you are working on it this week. The questions look like they usually do for chapters 7, 8, and 9. You'll also have the conflict activity, which is under our story elements. You'll get to see on this first page here, there is background information on what is a conflict, what are the different types of conflict. Read through those because that will help you with the practice on the next page. On this next page, you have a list of different events right here in chapters 7, 8, and 9. And they're all mixed together. They're not in any particular order. And you have to sort these different events into this chart. So, for example here, I would read this first event from the story, and it says, Soda Pop doesn't feel smart enough for school. Based off of these different types of conflict, I'm going to copy and paste this event into the correct category. Now, if you're not sure what those are, that's what this first page does. It explains it to you. And I'll give you a hint here for watching the video. This first one I would copy, and I'm going to paste it up here in man versus self. Because Soda Pop right now is having an internal conflict with himself, feeling that he's not smart enough for school. So there you go. If you watch the video, you have a little bit of a hint. And if you need help with these, feel free to email me. Don't hesitate to reach out. I also have an extension challenge. Now, this is optional, but I really encourage you to try it. This will really test your knowledge to see how well you understand these different types of conflict. I want you to think about the book. It can be anywhere between chapters 1 through 9, anything that you have read, and come up with your own examples for each of these types of conflict. So for man versus nature, man versus self, man versus society, and man versus technology. Pick an event from The Outsiders and then type it into the different categories. Next on our online learning opportunities will be in Wholesome Writing. We have our autobiographies. So you guys have just turned in your autobiographies. Yay! That is so exciting. I am loving your stories. You guys did such a great job. Thank you for working so hard. As you guys kind of have that off of your plate now, you can take a huge deep breath, a big sigh of relief, and give yourself a huge pat on the back, because this is one of the biggest writing assignments, if not the biggest writing assignment in 8th grade, and you have just completed it. So way to go. But to follow up with that, we are going to do a self-reflection on your autobiography to give yourself some feedback, to see how do you feel like you did. It's always great to reflect after a piece of writing. So you'll see in Google Classroom, there is a self-reflection document. And when this opens up here, we have the rubric pasted into here for you. And go ahead and read through the different categories, which are listed over here on the left. It starts off with ideas. And then read through the different rubric boxes. We have exceed, secure, developing, and beginning. And I want you to highlight how you think you did. So for ideas, after reading through these, maybe I feel like, I think I'm in this category. I'm going to highlight it. Whoops, no, I don't want both of them. I just want one. I'm gonna highlight it, and you can pick whatever color your heart desires. Just go ahead and give it a highlight, so that way I can see which box you are choosing here. And then down below, you'll see that I want you to explain your scores. So I gave myself a 3 for ideas in my writing. So right here, I would give myself a 3, and then I'm going to explain why did I earn that score. I would like you to explain your reasoning in at least 2 to 3 sentences, and please make sure that you are using complete sentences with proper grammar and mechanics. So that means capital letters and punctuation, please. Delete that there. And you will have a little explanation for each of those scores, and then the last one is my favorite part of the autobiography is, and you fill in the blank. And that takes us to our last point on our learning targets for this week, which kind of falls under the grammar piece, but also it ties into the writing piece. I'm going to be giving you feedback this week. I sent out a survey last week asking students if they would prefer to have feedback in the form of a video, where I would record myself in a video and I would make comments on your writing that way, or if you would prefer I just make comments off to the side on your actual document. I would do that as well. So depending on the choice that you picked, that's how I will give you feedback on your autobiography this week. And as I'm working through those, I'm just going to send them back as soon as I get them finished. So as you receive your feedback this week, I would ask that you either read or listen to the different praises and the different critiques that I have for your writing, and then take the opportunity to edit and revise your work. It's always great to go back through your writing because you can always make improvements and you can always make your writing better. One thing that writers sometimes say is that a piece of writing is never finished, that you can always change it. So that's what I want you to do with your autobiography piece, that while you've already had that big sigh of relief that you're finished, just take one more glance at it to double check that you have the perfect final copy, and then I'd like you to print it off so that you can cherish this piece of writing for years to come down the road. And then we have our summary here. Again, I have my office hours posted. Feel free to jump in, especially in that 1 to 1:30 area. If you just want to stop by to chat, say hello, I would love to see your faces. Here are the key things that you can be working on this week, and then this is an example plan of how you might want to lay out your week. And just make sure that you get everything turned in on Friday, and you will be golden for this week. Again, 8th graders, thank you so much for working so hard. I am just extremely proud of the work that you are doing. So hang in there. We are in week 7 and we got this. So let's do it. And don't forget to ask me this week if you have any questions. You just want to chat about life, whatever it might be, shoot me an email. I would love to hear from you.